Welcome, everyone, to Go Mode Podcast on Twitch for this Game 2 of the Tempered Sword Bracket Finals, featuring number 4, Nephistoss versus number 14, Thorneto. My name is tylersalt on the mic here today, joined in the booth with Star1468. Star, how are you tonight?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. This is going to be a pretty good match. This is the finals of the Tempered Sword Bracket. So this is the game 2. So Nephistoss won game 1, and so depending on if Nephistoss wins the second match, he will take the whole bracket and be the winner. But if Thorneto takes a win, then we will have a game 3.
Yeah, we had one game 3 deciding game last night in the Master Sword bracket. Was a lot of fun. I do like a game 3 deciding match here, so we'll see if Thorneto can give that to us. And we're gonna get started here in just a few minutes. Seconds even. This is an open seed, so we'll see where they both start.
Nothing fancy, just open 7-7. And all right, both of them are starting at Link's house, which has a heart piece.
Oh, I like the Link's house and then immediately save and quit. You don't see that very often.
Yep. Seeing some immediate divergence here from the runners as we see the Silver's Key for Thorneto in the Sanctuary, while Nephistoss heads up to the Uncle. Let's see, heart piece.
Looks like Thorneto is going to give us this tree pole bush crab lumberjack check. Nephistoss pulls 3 bombs from the Uncle, then saves and quits.
Nothing much of note, but at least the bombs are nice to have. Hey, bush crab is dropping some magic refills.
Yeah, so not much immediately. I'm going to need to find some bombs and make our way into Kakariko Village. I actually just missed what was there on Lumberjack. Star, did you see that?
Unfortunately, I also missed it.
So chat, help us out.
Such a quick glance.
Yeah, you know, if you're looking at it, directly at it, you can see. Yeah, if anybody saw that on Lumberjack, let us know, please.
Nephistoss choosing to skip the Lumberjack check and is going to be pretty even here with Thorneto in the Lost Woods, as we see just a red rupee in the mushroom spot. Nephistoss choosing to grab it.
That was a heart container on Lumberjack Ledge, so we will not be seeing that again. Thanks to Greg Corvid for that.
Thank you for the information. Yeah, so yeah, just some arrows in the Lost Woods thieves hideout here. So
this early divergence seems to have worked out a little bit better for Nephistoss, who is coming out of Lost Woods, going into Kakariko with bombs already. Thorneto saving and quitting and not going to Uncle right away. Unfortunately, no bombs and no rupees. So we'll see whether they're able to salvage that in Kakariko.
It certainly was an interesting play to not pick up the 20 rupees out of the mushroom spot, especially since Thorneto has a grand sum of 2 at the moment. I mean, it's right there. It's nice to have, especially if you want to pay off the battle vendor. No guarantees you're going to find enough rupees in Kakariko.
Yeah, you can get 50 rupees between Blind's Hut and the well, even without the chest. So we see a fire rod. Fire rod's nice to have, and a glove. Good.
And a heartbeat.
Thorneto was bailed out by some bombs in the well. Good to see that. And a bow as well.
Nice. And the moon pearl in the back of Blind's Hut.
All right. Kakariko, absolutely loaded so far. Plenty of stuff. We got some weapons. We got 2/3 of Dark World access. I see a blue pendant at Hera, crystals at Eastern and Desert. Thanks behind the scenes to Jere Dudecia, who is our restreamer today, and to Tumblesock13 for pressing buttons for us.
Yeah, not looking like Agate either. With they already have gloves and Moon Pearl. They just need a second glove or a hammer for Darkhold access at this point.
Yep, still would need a sword or two and the cape in order to do that. The bottle vendor, a total ripoff today.
Just some rupees. Not even paying you back. It's just a horrible deal. Negative 80% return.
You'll love to see it.
Pay 100 rupees, get 20 back. Fantastic deal. Sadly, they have not managed to find a bottle here, so likely we'll have to leave Stick Kid behind for another time. As I see, I have more rupees in the back of the bar.
Now, with that early bow, it makes you wonder whether either of our runners is going to forgo South Shore early and head off to Eastern Palace and rush that. Given that, you know, if you can make it through the dark rooms, it's full clearable, it's a crystal. So just 10 arrows in the library there. So we'll see whether anybody makes that call.
Yeah, as you see, just a heart piece in race game. Nephistoss choosing to check it before going for it, while Thorneto is just going to go straight for it. It's the split here. One person's going to win, the other person's going to lose, and sadly Thorneto is the loser on that one.
Odds are, in an open seed, you know, you've got about an 80% chance that race game is nothing. So in my mind, unless it's key sanity, you skip it and check it every time. Don't check it blind, kids.
Yep. Yeah, Lamp can be enormous because with this being advanced logic, and they do have the fire rod, they can do everything but the big key chest in Eastern.
That is true. So neither of our runners headed to Eastern early. Nephistoss having a little bit of trouble with those mini Moldorms. Some tricky bow shots. Gonna clean up with bombs.
Yep. Having a bit of aiming issues, and is running low on health, decided it's not worth it. Although he might not have enough bombs either. Oh boy. Okay. Having a little bit of trouble as you see half magic in the dam, which Nephistoss actually skipped now that I think about it.
Yeah, Nephistoss, I'm sure we'll head back to the dam. There's our first bottle.
And a boomerang.
Okay, boomerang. I'm gonna make that happen if it kills me.
And just start piecing underwater. Oh, the underwater heart piece is vanilla.
Half magic, a really nice find for Thorneto early, because it means that fire rod just becomes a whole lot more useful as a weapon.
Mm-hmm. Well, now those going to make use of that half magic and fire rod is going to have a much easier time here in Mini Moldorm Cave compared to Nephistoss.
Nep down to just one heart, able to nail some crabs with that bow early on to avoid those guys. They can be very tricky to deal with on green mail. 2 hearts of damage. Ice Rod Cave, though, a bust.
Some more arrows. Not the most interesting of starts. Looks like Eastern will likely be the next play. Saha's hut into Eastern yields quite a few items. They can clear everything in Eastern.
Looks like
Most of it in logic.
Clean up with the dam and maybe an Agina check first, at least.
It does look like it. Well, it's a bit of an interesting choice to not do the dam on the way to Mini Moldorm Cave. Would have saved him a little time with the Mini Moldorms to be able to use the fire rod.
Oh, Thorneto down to just half a heart there, able to make it into Ice Rod Cave.
You.
Yeah, so Eastern is a good-looking play. Escape also looking like a good-looking play at this point between the bow and the fire rod. You got a lot of stuff in there. Thorneto making his way over to Eastern. However, this makes a lot of sense, frankly. You know, it's a crystal. You can full clear it just about. So that's the way to go, I think.
Mm. In the meantime, though, Nephistoss is going to head west and is going to check out Agina's cave. This is technically a Sphere Zero check, but it's just annoying to walk all the way out here for one item. I mean, you can check a Desert Ledge, but that's still only 2 items at best, and you can't even get Desert Ledge at the moment. There's some rupees. Let's see, Saha's Hut, Blue Mail, Bottle, and some bombs. Very blue.
Blue Hut, like that. Blue Mail, really nice to find early on, only at 5 hearts. Blue Mail effectively doubles your health, so great safety to find early.
And let's see, Zakina's cave, anything. Hey, there's a 3rd bottle.
We'll take it. Not what they were hoping for, but nice.
Hey, at least it wasn't another arrow refill. And Nephistoss is choosing to warp over to the sanctuary. Actually. Not going to head for Eastern immediately.
Opens to menu to bombs. I wonder if this is a Houlihan here, even before checking back of escape. Well, no, actually, with bombs could just be menuing to bombs for the backup escape. So that makes a little bit more sense than a Houlihan.
Yep, hey, there's the Eastern big key in the first chest. So we've had all of us that weren't in the last broadcast. Well, I did hear that last game had no bottles to speak of for ages. I see a heart container, map, and some rupees in the pack of escape. Which does mean that Dark Cross has an item.
Yeah, we'll see if Neff is going to head to escape first, or no, he is also making his way over to Eastern Palace. So Thorneto finds the first item, just some bombs there in the compass chest. Map chest?
I think right side's the map. Left side here is the compass.
Let's go with map chest.
Not sure entirely. Since I've already seen the big key, there is going to be the map, the compass, and one more item, and 2 more items here. As we see, yeah, there's another item, shield. I left in Eastern. And we have the compass in the big chest, which means that it's a 50-50. Big key chest and Armos Knights. Which one has the compass? No, which one has the map, and the other has the remaining item?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of skipping the vanilla big key chest. It just feels a little bit too risky for me on a coin flip, and so I usually just clear it, especially if I'm in Eastern this early.
Yeah. We'll see how well these runners do with dark rooms. It's not the most difficult of dark rooms, I don't think. Armos lamp would be kind of funny. Thorneto does get through that first dark room there pretty easily. And let's see what's in the big key chest. There's the map. So remaining items on Armos.
Smart to use the the Popo's got away because Thorneto had to go and pick up some hearts. So really smart to know that the knockback from hitting the anti-fairies, if you get hit into the stairs there, you're going to be close enough to pick up that pot still with the same iframes. So well adjusted there by Thorneto.
Nicely done.
Okay, good. Thorneto remembering that he has the fire rod. I was worried about that for a second, but not finding the torch though.
No, he is not. Has decided to just do it in the dark. It looks like it is down to a heart and a half, so needs to watch it a little bit here.
Looks like his stream was frozen there for a second. So.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be a little PowerPointy, and it's just gonna use fire and everything.
Well, that's a strategy, and he takes a death, unfortunately. Yeah, you hate to see that this early. Oh, he's got the fairy. That's right.
Yeah, he did pick up
a blue
fairy
potion, for that matter. So
yeah, there was I think a fairy in Mini Moldorm, and then there were blue potions in Sahas Hanagina. Nephistoss choosing to actually finding a torches, and also is skipping the big key chest, which we know will pay off for him.
Thorneto used the fire rod a bunch, but did not hit the torch.
No,
ever. So
his screen is still black. He certainly tried lighting the torches, but I didn't seem to have much luck with it, unfortunately.
He has the key now, so that's good. But unfortunately, lost a lot of time there.
I mean, the death and having a little bit of issues with dark rooms, it's not the easiest to do. It does get through, though. And it's going to be pretty close behind Nephistoss heading into Armus Knights. Nephistoss almost getting the quick kill, but not quite. Still takes down Armus Knights pretty cleanly, gets just a red rupee, and is getting his first crystal at 15 minutes.
I forgot just how good this Cadence of Hyrule MSU pack is. It's great.
Yeah, I have severe music sensitivity, so I've been keeping the audio off so I don't get a splitting headache.
That is fair.
So there is Thorneto picking up the red rupee and getting his first crystal, about 20 or 30 seconds behind Nephistoss. Not too bad.
Yeah, so with Eastern being a bust as far as progression is concerned, other than the crystal, obviously, our runners might be thinking that early bow might actually be pointing us to maybe something in Palace of Darkness. So, we'll see if that's on their minds, if they kind of rush over there even without a hammer early on, perhaps.
The possibility, but yeah, since they are both running pretty low on checks, it's time for the front of escape. There's not a lot else left at the moment.
No, there really isn't. Thorneto hasn't done a Gina. Zora's in Logic. Neither of them has the money. But, with Fire Rod here, this back of escape is going to be or the front of escape here is going to be pretty quick.
Yep. Just, hey, Creative Burden is at least nice to have in the front of escape. Doesn't do anything for checks at the moment, but nice to have.
No, but if they don't get, if perhaps their Dark World access is the Titansmiths and not the hammer, then Cane of Burna at least then does give them a weapon that they use to kill blind, if necessary.
There is that. Nephistoss choosing to use some nice fire rod strats to take down the guards. A lot easier than trying to use a bow on them, and it one-shots these, so nice and easy. Thorneto going to do the uncle now, finding Bob's in the heart piece. We saw Nephistoss do this earlier. They're still fairly close. A couple unfortunate execution errors have put Thorneto a little bit behind.
Yeah, and do note that Thorneto's stream appears to be about 30 seconds behind Nephistoss's, so factor that in as well when we are comparing their streams here. There's a book. All right, there's our progression.
Yep, time for a desert. So Thorneto will be able to do Desert and Akina all in one trip. While Nephistoss is going to double dipping the area.
Neph saving quitting to Sanctuary up there as we kind of readjust our streams here a little bit. Makes me think that this is going to be a Houlihan here before going down to... Nope, making me look like a liar. Neff might be Not sure what he's doing, actually.
That's a good question, actually.
Sick kid?
Sick kid, yeah, that's an interesting play to walk to CAC here for Sick Kid. It's one check versus, but admittedly, Desert's not the greatest of plays either at the moment.
Yeah, because without the boots, you don't know if you're even going to be able to do anything in there. Neff already has the knowledge that the desert ledge is worthless, so he's going to turn in Lazy Kid here. And it pays off. There's the magic mirror.
All right.
Neff going to turn right around, and with that mirror is looks like going to be headed up the mountain. Going to use that mirror to do that. This is interesting. It gets you one extra check up the mountain, but without the hammer or a sword, is not going to be able to beat Moldorm. Tower of Hera's a pendant, so maybe that's not the biggest concern. But oh well, or make me look like a liar and going to check Lumberjack first. So maybe he'll go after and do that after this.
And to know that the mountain is still currently out of logic, without a lamp, which means that desert is still the best play. Not a lot of items over there. We know Gina's dead, and so's the desert ledge. We'll see what the key layout ends up being. Thorneto is going to head for the back of escape.
Yeah, Neff did not check Dark Cross. Did not Death Warp out of Zelda Cell. Chose to save and quit instead, which is an interesting choice considering that he had the information from the back of escape that there is an item in Dark Cross that is in logic because of that fire rod.
Yes. Both of them choosing to do some out of logic checks here. We'll see if either of them pays off.
Well, no, Dark Cross is in logic with the fire rod. So.
Oh no, that is right. I forgot. There's torches in here. Double dark room. So we're not going to be seeing it in a couple seconds.
Wonderful visuals for you here on twitch.tv/Gomo Podcast. Just a piece of heart there in Dark Cross, though. So Nephistoss is not going to be hurt by leaving that behind for now. Thorneto is going to continue on to try to clear the back of escape through the dark room.
He does. We know there's not much of anything back there. Nephistoss did it from the earlier from the safe sanctuary. Not much an old man either. Let's see what's on Spectacle Rock. Heart Beast. And the inside of Spectacle Rock is, let's see, and some rupees. Alright, not much.
So unless there's something in Hera, it seems like Desert was the play so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly was an interesting choice. Well done as well to continue through the dark rooms and instead of just going quitting the sanctuary and dropping down. Oh yeah, Nephistoss will be able to check what's on the ether tablet here. Cannot get it though. No swords to speak of. And some money.
Yeah, 300 rupees, which is nice, but not really gonna help.
Nope, and Thorneto will be the first of the two runners to head over to the desert area with a book.
See, I like this play better. You know, you're running the risk that Desert is boots locked, but on the off chance that it's not, Desert is full clearable, and that's another crystal. And I like this choice by Thorneto, made a little bit better by the fact that he hadn't checked Dina yet. So he's able to loop that together. Nephistoss pulls one item, Bombos, out of the basement here in Hera. We'll see where that other item is.
Right. Let's see. Is he going to be? How far will he go here in Hera? As we see here, there's the big key.
Yeah. So he's going to be able to make 2 more checks here 3 if one of them is the small key. No, Fire Rod doesn't work on those guys, buddy. In fact,
nope.
Yeah, Cane of Burna might be your best bet here.
Yeah, this is kind of an awkward situation, having to kill these, hardhead beetles with,
Yeah, without a sword, without the hammer. Tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Thorneto seems to be having a little bit of internet issues, stream being a little laggy, streamer timers being quite, especially is being pretty laggy. We'll see how it goes. But is going to be here, going into desert here at 23 minutes. And hey, there's the Hera map. Nephistoss going to go for the bomb jump here.
I hate this bomb jump so much.
Hey, Nephistoss gets it first try and finds the key. And he is out.
Oh, interesting. Not gonna check the basement. I don't agree with that. You're here. Like, you know, just mirror and go down and do the basement.
Alright, so big key was in the desert map chest, and there's a small key, so they are at least logically locked out of desert.
Yeah, Thorneto is going to be able to go back, and with that big key, is going to be able to go back and beat Lanmo, but and there's one item, so it's still possible that that small key is locking the map and the compass back on the right side.
Yep. But it is good to note that that is interesting though, that desert is boots locked. Considering how dry they are on progression, I suspect there's a pretty good chance the second item is that's a good question though, because where are the boots then if they're getting bottlenecked into desert but boots are nowhere to be seen? Send on to observant chat discussing the stream issue.
Yeah, it's good. Good to resync stuff during transitions. Very professional.
Oh, yeah. And Nephistoss gonna grind up some money here on this little cave by the purple chest guy. I don't really have a good descriptor for this particular cave.
It's the Desert Rupee Cave. That's all.
Yeah, that works. I also occasionally help out tracking and with Trials Keys, and I have to think up names for entrances, and I'm like, that particular one's just by the purple chest guy. Nephistoss also heading into desert now.
If I were Thorneto, I would drink that blue potion right about now. 2.5 hearts, like maybe one fire rod shot, maybe 2, going into the Lanmo fight.
He got a magic jar off the pots. There's, yeah, about 2 shots, probably not much. He's gonna go for bow strats here.
I would not, yeah. Like, the bow Lanmo fight is one of the hardest fights in the game. If you're at all familiar with NMG, you're forced to do this in that. You know, I think this would be a perfectly good use of a potion if it were me to avoid this fight and be able to just fire rod the crap out of Lanmo.
Oh yeah, this is gonna take a little while. Requires some fairly precise aiming too. Nephistoss finding out desert is logically boots locked and is gonna head for the back as well.
Thorneto does switch to the fire rod at the end, so that is the second item out of desert. Nothing useful, but we have our second crystal here before 30 minutes.
A 27-minute second crystal, but we're still... I mean, what's even left?
Zora? It's Zora. That's all that's left.
Yeah, they're out of other things to do at this point. Let's see. Nephistoss did at least grind up some rupees and is up to 293, while Thorneto's only at
And I was
868.
It's interesting because I was wondering why Neff stopped grinding rupees when he did, and now I understand. Now I've figured out why. It's because now he's got enough money so that a Houlihan will get him to Zora money.
Makes sense, and he can do that fairly easily, whereas Thorneto's gonna have to go digging for some money first.
Thorneto trying to avoid doing that farming, if at all possible, by running and doing Sick Kid right here. Not going to work out, unfortunately.
Nope, he will get his mirror, which, if that sends him to Death Mountain, unfortunately, it's just going to be another couple minutes time loss. Bombos is potentially useful, but in the future, it just doesn't unlock anything at all right now.
Yeah, so you can see, relying on the Fire Rod early, just how much faster this fight is going to go for Neff. Able to kill 2 Landmos with Fire Rod entirely, get 1 hit on the last one. So that's only going to require, I think, 1 more arrow hit now.
I think so. And does take Landmo down. Nicely done. Not the easiest to do Landmo with the bow and Fire Rod. Yikes, to be honest. But there's Nephistoss' second crystal at just under 29 minutes, and yeah, Thorneto is going to take his mirror up to the mountain.
So this is, I think, probably going to be the first critical point in this race, right? Nephistoss, with that, with the rupee farming, seems to be committed to a Zora play and committed to skipping Hera Basement like he did. We'll see if Thorneto goes through and checks Hera Basement, because those are the only 2, if I'm counting correctly, those are the only 2 locations that are left that could have progression. So one of them is going to pay off. And if it is Hera Basement, that's going to be real good for Thorneto.
No, the entirety of Death Mountain's out of logic. They don't have a lamp.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. So yeah, Zora is the play here.
Yes, it is. Hera Basement might still have something. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but as chat mentioned a little while ago, if the lamp is on Zora or the flute is on Zora, then we're right back where we started. And Hera Basement still could be something else. But the fact that the mountain was out of logic does make Nephistoss's play make a little bit more sense in my mind. I hadn't thought about that before.
Yep. And Nephistoss is going to fake flipper here, I think. Yeah.
Thorneto might grab this 100 rupees now.
Yeah, now that he's... Yeah,
nope.
I mean, nope. I would have probably spent the short bit of time getting it. It's faster than...
Oh, you know what he can do, though? You know what he can do is mirror out of Hera and then go get it and then save and quit from in there. Because that way you avoid having to do the bomb jump.
Makes sense. Not the best of situations any which way, though. Nephistoss is going to try and use the bomb strat to do fake flipper here. Does get it. Has Moon Pearl, so we'll be able to check Hobo, Waterfall Fairy, and Zora all here.
Has the equipment to do splash delete to get to the ledge, too, if that ends up being the thing.
For future reference, you have Boaster Splash Deletion from Northwest Shore is faster, yeah. No clue if Nephistoss knew no Splash Delete, though, admittedly.
Yeah, I found it to be very inconsistent. I know there's something about Armos Knights that can screw it up, frankly. You can fix it after that, I know. But certainly it's non-trivial to work your way around that.
Yeah,
if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and nothing on Hobo. Thorneto has picked up his bomb boost and big key and is gonna head up the tower. Unfortunately, we know that the compass and I don't remember actually. I think it's a compass and nothing on Lake Island, but the compass and big chest have nothing. So no weapon for Moldorm either, so.
Unless the hammer's in the basement or a sword.
Yeah.
But then you probably don't want to bother killing Moldorm anyway, since it's a pendant.
Yeah. And you know too that Moldorm is, if the second knight lives in the basement, you know Moldorm is dead. Let's see what's in Waterfall Fairy. Technically out of logic. Hey, we have a powder and some bombs.
Powder's nice.
can't do anything with it just right now, but will come in use later once we get Dark World access.
Nice safety too.
Yep.
Oh, there's
And-
the oh boy, who boy?
Oh boy, that's the hammer on
Nephistoss doing a
Zora
double
ledge.
take there. It's like, wait, was that the hammer? Locked back and check. Yep. Crap.
Oh, I'm seriously thinking that might be vanilla flippers at this rate.
It very well could be.
I'm not kidding. That's. I'm wondering, are flippers vanilla to get the hammer?
And unfortunately, Thorneto failing that bomb jump and will fall back down to the first floor of Hair. Gonna have to make his way back up.
And alright, what's on Zora?
Hey,
Yep,
there's the vanilla flippers. You called it. You'd love to see it.
Yep. Yay, this is a great seed.
Well, now we got Dark World access, everybody.
Finally.
Neff going straight to Hype Cave here with his newfound Dark World access.
Oh yeah, no, he's done everything he can possibly do in the Light World. He knows he needs to go to the Dark World. Yeah, so I have a relief. If it had been anything else, it would have been for Neff.
Yeah, real feels bad, man. It's just like, what? I mean, Zora had to be something. You know, it would be bad if it were like the Titan's mitts or something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is does he know how to do this? Yeah, the glitch to get to the Zora ledge without flippers, because that's one of the trickier ones.
Thorneto is gonna check Hera basement here.
Let's see if this pays out. Let's see. Hype Cave, dirt pieces, single arrow, a bloomerang. Yeah, that's
a big
0 out of 10.
Big old tripe cave.
Yeah, it says something on the bloomerang's the most notable item in there. So let's see. Red crystals, add pod and skull woods, green pendant mire, red pendant ice.
All right, so we're gonna need a hook shot for sure. We're gonna need an ice rod for sure. Canis Samaria for sure. Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, gonna need a bunch of stuff here.
Neff taking that hammer and booking it over to Pod. This makes oh, he doesn't have Pod money though. You better be careful, buddy. You only have 39 rupees.
Yeah, he is a little bit poor right now, having spent all of his money on Zora.
I hope he realizes this. I don't think that he's going to realize this, though.
I don't think so either. Where is the nearest rupee
Oh,
coin
and the
spot?
hook shot! The hook shot in Arrow Basement!
Oh, God!
Whoa!
Oh, no. That is...
The answer is always Hera Basement,
Oh,
except when it's not.
oh dear. That would be kind of bad for Nephistoss, because he skipped that on his trip up the mountain.
Yep, and that's gonna be Thorneto's now. You know, the rest of this stuff all remains out of logic until they find the lamp or the flute. But Thorneto is going to save himself a mountain climb for sure. Really bails him out, but could also bring him farther away from those vanilla flippers and the hammer. Luckily, you know, if for instance he finds the Titan's mitts over here, it could be a long time before he makes his way back over to Zora.
Oh god, this just makes the race very interesting as I see a very nice rupee stash here on the pyramid ledge for Nephistoss. They'll put him up to 89 rupees, so he now just needs to find 21 more.
Have we checked the stun prize yet?
I don't remember, honestly. Yeah, if Thorneto finds mitts or in Paradox Cave, it could take him a really long while to get back to.
That would be real bad for Thorneto fans, for fans of Game 3's. You know, bad for Nephistoss because I don't know when Neff is going to make his way back up there to find that hook shot either. So
Oh no, this just got very interesting. Yeah, let's see what's in Paradox Cave in the meantime, as Nephistoss walks the catfish. Needs to watch his health a little bit here. Nothing in the first two checks of Paradox.
Who plays with the vanilla frequency of heartbeats? What is wrong with you people?
Let's see. Rupee, hey, red mail. Art piece. Mids, oh no, and a sword.
Oh, and there's the mitts and a sword. This is not good for Thorneto. We have to hope that he is keeping track of the logic here, because as we just went over, those mitts are gonna pull him really far away from that hammer on Zora Ledge.
Oh man, because yeah, that is gonna be very interesting. Because the thing is, now Nephistoss needs to get back to the basement of Pendant Hera, in order to get his hookshot.
Yep, that is hard required, of course. We've got Swamp Palace as a crystal.
Yep. Hookshot was Hera basement, Grey Corvid. Although because Paradox Cave was relatively loaded, Nephistoss is eventually going to get bottlenecked back up the mountain at some point. Just a matter of how long it's going to take him, because he can do quite a few checks, but he will need those mitts and out of Paradox at some point as well. Let's see, chess game is junk. We're not going to do Super Bunny here. Yeah, this is one of those, who's going to do the thing first?
That is the question. But, you know, Neff is, that could very easily be a last location hookshot. That's a very, and Thorneto finds the boots as well.
Boots and Quake and Super Bunny.
So that's really nice. Those boots are going to help quite a bit. You know, and again, it could be a while before Neff makes it back up there. And the problem is Neff won't want to go back up without the mitts. Of course, the mitts are up there, so, you know, he's going to have to at some point, but it might be a long while.
He will get bottlenecked there eventually, though, because that's going to lock quite a number of items. He's sooner or later going to end up getting stuck back up the mountain. Just how long, though, as we see Quake is reported for Turtle Rock Day.
Well, those boots do mean that Thorneto can make the first... Oh, Thorneto's got the hookshot, so he can do all of Hookshot Cave here. There's our fourth bottle.
Bottle percent! And a heart container. Nothing in the front of these towns so far. Analogic hookshot proving to pay out for Thorneto, getting mitts, sword, quake, and boots all in one trip. Jeez.
Yeah, and where is our? I saw somebody in chat ask, where is our logical first sword?
That's a very good question, because
unfortunately, Thorneto made the walk all the way back over towards Spike Cave before realizing that he didn't have the hammer and couldn't make it in there.
Nope, he needs to go do Zora for his vanilla flippers. To then get.
Oh no, he's not. He's checking King's. He's checking King's Tomb. Never mind. Or no,
yeah.
Or is he going to? Oh yeah, he is hula-hanning. Okay.
Okay.
This is really good for Thorneto.
Okay, so this is very good because Thorneto knows he's currently wildly out of logic. And is going to go do the last in logic play, which is going to save him a lot of time here, actually.
Yeah, this is really, really good for Thorneto here. You gotta really nice to realize that. All right, everything I just did there is out of logic, and so he is doing the right thing. And
he knows there's gotta be progression somewhere.
Yeah, making that last check here.
Yeah, good on Rando for keeping track of the logic here. He knows there has to be something of progression in Zora. He doesn't know what it is, but he does know there has to be something.
And even if it is lamp or flute, it's worth the time to go there and get it. The flute isn't required this seed unless the lamp is somewhere that is actually flute isn't required because I guess the lamp could be in Misery Mire area. But this is a very, very smart heads up play by Thorneto, keeping track of that logic, and it's going to pay off for him.
Yep. Yeah, even with logic, I might have assumed Kingsor could lamp or flute and gone straight to Village of Outcasts. Fair. That's the risk. Is deal to just assume it puts the Death Mountain play in logic, or do you want to assume it's actual progression? Thankfully for Thorneto, he did decide to climb up the mountain and not go to Zora after the mountain trip, and is going to get all these items. They have Mirror Incoherent, that's not...
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I might have, without the mirror, you don't want to head into Thieves Town if you can't, but go to Village of Outcasts. Do Village of Outcasts. You've got the Fire Rod and the sword. Maybe you do Skull Woods, and then don't go to the south. You stay in the north area and go back over and do Bonk Rocks and Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb, and then Catfish and then Mirror over here. That actually would have been a really nice play as well.
Yep, okay. Thorneto getting his flippers as Nephistoss picks up his third crystal at 44 minutes.
He wouldn't have been able to get over to Catfish unless he did a Kern jump, but he could have done it. There's our first logical sword.
In the Sea House.
Oh yeah, with the boots, he could have set up a water walk in Skull Woods as well.
That too. And Heart Piece in the brewery. We're not going to find out that it's Tripe Cave today, with the most notable item being the Bloomerang. That's saying a lot.
Interesting, Nephistoss has that sword from Village of Outcasts, is not interested in Skull Woods at this time, is going to leave that off even though it is full clearable. Fighter Sword Mouthfeel is no fun, but you do have the hammer, you got half magic, you got the Fire Rod. I might have done that while I had the chance.
Yep. Gonna check the game first instead. We'll see if there's anything on here.
I like this techno remix of the minigame music. Very good. I know you can't hear it, but just take my word for it. It's sick. It's a bop.
All right. Hey, Heart Piece and Dig Game said not much, and Thorneto is... you need to first change the water level, but is going to head to Swamp Palace here.
Oh yeah, I like this. I didn't even notice that we have everything that we need to do Swamp Palace. You're committing yourself basically to the probably to the menu fight with only Fighter Sword, but I like this play by Thorneto.
Hey, some bombs and stuff. Yeah, he has hammer magic, hammer mirror hookshot flippers. Yeah, he can clear this. It's gonna be slow, as mentioned. Doesn't have Samaria either. So
this is really good for Nephistoss. He's saving Quit to the mountain. He's going and doing Hera Basement, I think. Well, at least I don't know if he'll go in there, but he's at least going to be in the area. He might just be doing East Death Mountain, which would be very bad. You'd get the mitts and the you get the mitts and the boots and another sword, but that would take you even farther away from Hera.
Oh man. Yeah, we'll see where Nephistoss goes here. And let's see what's in Swamp. Hey, Shroom in the first chest. Well, not the first chest, technically, but the first chest is an actual item, since the lobby chest is always a key. Unless you're playing Key Sanity. And oh no, Nephistoss.
This is real bad news.
Oh no.
This is why I always I preached to my mentees during the tournament to like that I personally like if you're gonna gamble, but you know, gambling really early in a seed and skipping out on checks that are available in Sphere 1 or even like early Sphere 2, especially when you have not gotten a whole lot yet, and like maybe even before you have Dark World access, is really, really risky. You know, there's just you might be leaving something extremely important in a place that you orphan really hard. So I tend to encourage people to, if you're going to be thorough early and take risks late, tends to be my MO for this at least.
Yeah, a lot of places can have them lamp or flute. There's the thing. Pods, Skullwoods, Swamp. There's probably some odds and ends overworld checks. Like, there's a bunch of places for that.
Thorneto not interested in doing right side. Looked like he was going to go do a bomb diver down, but not comfortable with that, and so we'll drain the water. That's the wrong stairway, though.
Oops. Yeah, whoopsies.
So now he's going to have to move the statue again, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, hookshot is allergic, so back of swamp can't have death mountain access. The left side swamp could, though. But I am concerned for Nephistoss. When is he going to check out the basement of Hera as he gets his bits in Master Sword?
Neff has got to know that all of this is out of logic as well.
Yes, he does. Hey, orange Pikachu.
Raichu?
Raichu colored Pikachu, I suppose. That is not Raichu.
Yeah.
And those two checks there, flooded chests, nothing in swamp. And hey, there's the third sword in the waterfall chest of swamp for Thorneto.
So seems like both of the runners are going to have tempered sword at the very least. So that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Sinan, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Deathman Nexus is completely out of logic. No flute, no lamp. Neff getting Quake and boots here. And Thorneto taking on Urgus, that Master Sword he found in Swamp, helping out a lot. Doesn't have to do as many menus. Two slashes or one spin will take down each puff. Nephistoss going to get heart container. Cannot get bottle percent at the moment. Since that was not in the bottom chest of Hookshot Cave, but there's Argus down for Thorneto as he picks up a heart container.
Neff is gonna walk over here towards Hera basement again. He's got the mirror out. Oh, thank goodness. Neff is going to get that hook shot.
Thank you. Thank God. All right. What are they missing for Gomod, actually, now that we're at this point? They can clear
Samaria.
pods, Samaria, and Ice Rod.
Yeah, and technically they'll come up with some kind of either the lamp or the flute, but neither is necessarily required.
Yep. Yeah, that was Thorneto's third crystal, and 51 minutes or so. Nothing in King's Tomb. This is good for Nephistoss. I was seriously worried he was gonna just abandon Terra Basement and end up being pretty screwed by it, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And so our runners have definitely are gonna even up here a lot. We're gonna see which one of them approached this better, I guess, because we'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see where they are once they sync back up here, as Thorneto is gonna go do Nep with the single lonely frustration slash.
He's like, oh, sure. He's not happy because he knows he could have gotten that quite a while ago.
And Neff, who has the hammer, can check Spike Cave here as well.
Yep, yeah, I think that's a what probably a combination of the heck and frustration, I think. Not happy. He was up on Death Mountain half an hour ago, and he knows he could have gotten the hookshot then.
Thorneto is going to give us our first look into Skull Woods, full clearable.
And just some rupees for Nephistoss. Forgot Hookshot. He didn't go back for the rest of Hookshot Cave, but Sinan, the only thing there was Bottle. He's fine.
Yeah. Won't hurt him. Presumably he will try to hopefully loop the rest of that in to do with Turtle Rock. I would actually, if I'm going to, like if I had to orphan one of those checks, it would be Hookshot Cave. Of course you didn't have to. You could have done both, but Spike Cave is harder to get to.
Yep. Yeah, Hookshot Cave just had our fourth bottle. And I don't remember what was in it, but Nephistoss is 3. I don't think he's concerned. And he is also going to head back to the village of Outcast area. Gonna do Skull Woods next here, it looks like. Gonna be close behind Thorneto. Yeah, we can do everything but Turtle Rock at the moment. All of our Crystal Dungeons but Turtle Rock at the moment. I'll eventually skip it deliberately, no. Flute's definitely not up there.
Almost certainly not, yeah.
Okay, Nephistoss is going to do the front of Skullwoods first.
No, don't do the front first. You've got the fire rod, you've got a sword, you got half magic, you got all that sort of stuff. It's a crystal. Go beat Mothula first. You might not even have to do any of this.
And map and compass for them at nearly the same time. Neff getting the map and Thorneto getting the compass. There's another key.
If you gotta complete Skull Woods, do the back first. Every time.
Yeah. And there's the big key. It does feel a bump jump first try, rather nice. And hey, there's our
there's
lamp.
the lamp. There's our logical down mountain access.
That's a spot for lamp, all right.
57th minute. Both of our runners have basically full cleared the mountain before we get logical access. This is a good game.
That's great seed. Fantastic. And there's Mothula down for Thorneto at 57 minutes, getting just some bombs, so that's it for items, I think, here in Skull Woods between the two. Yeah, the logic here is kind of dumb.
It's a good question from DC Sensei. Will we get a ped check? The only thing that is useful that can be on the ped is the ice rod. So you know, sure, we'll check it.
Yep. No, Thorneto is going to do a pet check here, and let's see if it has anything. Hey, vanilla sword!
There's our gold sword. So
Alright.
That's going to stay right where it is. Ped is dead.
Yep.
Long live Ped.
They're not getting that. Especially because they don't know about it, but we know they can get Tempered Sword. Thorneto will be getting Tempered shortly, actually, because it's here in the Village of Outcasts area.
And I imagine
Nephistoss will run across his eventually.
I imagine Neff will. Skull is in his future, or Swamp is in his future before too long. So
I'd expect so. Has all the items he needs to clear it. Getting a little bit trolled by Macula here, but doesn't take it down.
You got red mail. I got 13 hearts. Whatever.
And Thorneto is heading back to the front of Skullwoods and will be finding themselves back in Logic, finally, at around the hour mark.
So both of them are going to end up being. There's one item in the front, one item in the back. So both of them are going to be forced to do every check in Skullwoods anyway. So no harm, no foul on the rounding on this time.
Yep. And alright, Nephistoss is done with this area and is going to save quit out, having already done Thieves Town. Is not going to bother with Smith Chain at the moment. Is going to head off to Swamp here, probably. Yep, that's a Swamp play right here.
Yeah, I suppose it could be Pod Eastern, but it at this point doesn't really matter which one of those you do first. This is the clear next play for Neff. He's gonna be
crystals, and then if you don't find your progression on your way there, then start thinking about other places. Yeah,
absolutely. Thorneto's gonna head into Thieves Town next. Not sure why he's going this way. It's a little slow, but it's fine.
Whatever. So Thorneto will be first to his fifth crystal. Thieves is going to be a little bit faster than Swamp, I think.
If you skip the left side, it's pretty close, I think.
Yeah, we'll see if Nephistoss chooses to do left side or go back in for it. Two really annoying checks. I think there was... I don't think we saw the big key yet, so there's that, and I think there's like one item left in Swamp at the moment. Thorneto is going to do Village of Outcasts into Thieves Town here. Getting his mushroom. And Thorneto is going to now head into Thieves Town. Yeah, Thorneto, both of them now have their first electrical sword. Okay, there was a bottle and hook in Thieves Town, so it might not have been a bottle and hook cave, I don't honestly recall. And Nephistoss picking up, I think that's another compass actually. And is gonna head straight for the back. The left side's on right now. This is Rando also heads to the back of Thieves.
So we've just passed the 1 hour mark, and our runners are going over stuff that the other has already checked. Nothing new that we're seeing here. So this is a good time to tell you that you should follow these guys on Twitch on this here website. Thorneto and Nephistoss putting together this run for you as well. Thanks once again to the rest of our Restream crew, Jere, Dudecia, and Tumble Talk 13 pressing buttons behind the scenes as well. My name's tylersalt here with Star 1468 calling this Game 2 of the finals of the Tempered Sword bracket of the Go Mode Podcast Mentor Tournament.
Neff not doing the hook dash. I swear I told him to do it. Wow, Sinan. And also do check out the Go Mode Podcast at GoModePodcast.com, where we have episodes discussing ALTTPR, racing scene, strats, the tournament, all sorts of things. And the Discord too. Let's see. And check out our schedule as well for other matches coming up. We've got finals and bronze matches happening in all of our brackets right now. I'm going to go check out the schedule as Nephistoss gets his 5th crystal here off of Arcus at 1 hour 4 minutes.
I've got the schedule right here if you want.
Sure.
We've got later tonight, we got game 1 of the Tempered Sword bracket bronze match between Witty and McMonkey. That's at 7 p.m. No Restream crew for that one yet. Maybe we'll get it, but looks like it is going to overlap actually with Witty and McMonkey doing a double header, games 1 and 2 tonight at 7 and 9:15. Those are not going to be restreamed because we have the main event, the Gold Sword bracket finals tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. That is game 2 between Shkupel and Floyd. Floyd, with a bit of an upset, took game 1, and so we'll see if Floyd can force it out, or if we will have a winner-take-all game number 3 on tomorrow night. That match between Shkupel and Floyd being called by Timp and Dante of Go Mode Podcast fame.
Indeed, Thorneto here by finishing off line and is going to head south to check the checks here. As Nephistoss will be the first of our runners into pop. And Nephistoss also chooses to skip left side swamp.
Yeah, so we can see after all of that, Neff has a small lead, a huge, it's definitely a lead, but it's not a gigantic lead, less than a dungeon for sure. It's all going to matter. It's all going to depend on how quickly Thorneto makes his way back to pod. There's a bow in pod, so they've got silvers, so we're all set for Ganon at this point. Thorneto is doing the Smith chain before heading over to pod and Eastern. I don't like this at all. Go do 2 crystal dungeons that you can, or before doing pod, go do a crystal dungeon with 5 items in it before you do this. If you're me, at least.
Kind of funny that the silver arrows are there since pod is technically bow locked, although you weren't going to miss your first bow out of the cack wall anyway. If you somehow managed to miss your first bow, here's your second one, so you can go to the right side and get your key. Let's see, there's the key. So, tequila out being what it is, there's going to be at least 4 keys in the front. We've already seen 1 item. And there's another key. Surprise, surprise. Just some money on the Smiths. Thorneto also going to check out Magic Bat while he's here, having picked up a powder. Out of Waterfall Fairy.
I think the always be clearing crystal dungeons mantra, obviously, like any rule of thumb, it's got exceptions, but at this point when we're 2 items from go mode and you've got a crystal pod when it's one of the densest item locations in the game already feels like a good, it feels like a really good play to me.
Yeah, same. Especially as it turns out Magic Bat is just as useless with some bombs.
And for that matter, you've got the bow early and it didn't pay off, right? And so, I mean, the thought is obviously that other bow was in the shooter chest, but that bow didn't really get us anything in Eastern, and pod being bow locked. Maybe there's something else in here from your, without seeing that first bow there at least.
Yep,
Second bow.
Okay, so pod being front loaded with keys as always, so and there was a compass, so most of the items will be in the back. Thorneto will chain a couple other checks here, going to see what K45 is, as we see just a red rupee. Enough. And a heart container for K45. And there's the key. Yeah, generally you want to make sure to do your progression dungeons. This holds for even other randos as well. I'm actually primarily over in the Ocarina of Time randomizer community, where Nephistoss is one of our top runners. Was 3rd seed in the main tournament this past year. Pretty interesting to see him over here in ALTTPR. He's been doing quite well. 4th seed in this bracket. Facing off here against Thorneto, the 14th seed, having made a surprise run through the brackets. The underdog of this matchup for sure. And there's the map. And nothing on purple chest. Smith chain is not paying out. Sealton Bombos tablet. Hey, there's the cane of Samaria.
There's our cane of Samaria, yeah.
Ice Rod and Turtle Rock, anyone?
Wouldn't be the first time, that's for dang sure.
Oh, I'm aware. I read that. Okay, yeah, yeah, we saw the.
Well, you got your answer.
Yeah. That was your answer, Coxla. There's the. Yes, Thorneto is now going to follow Nephistoss into pod. Will be close to a full pod behind. Where is he going actually? I didn't check Hobo earlier, this makes sense.
Yeah, like this is a nice, like, overworld clear route on your way over to pod. And, like, clearing a bunch of stuff in a nice big swath efficiently like this feels really good, right? Like, you want to do it because it feels great. But, at the same time, you need to beat the dungeons, and the point is to do it faster than the other person. So, like, maybe flip it around and go do the dungeon first. I don't know. Like, I can't. I don't want to harp on Thorneto here. It's not fair. This is a mentor tournament. These are relatively new runners who are learning things. But like, maybe a learning experience. Like we want to. Efficiency is good, but efficiency that prioritizes crystal dungeons is even better.
Well, we know that. Pod obviously has the King of Samaria, but even without it, but Thorneto obviously doesn't know that. It still would be a good idea to rush your progression, but certainly a difficult balance between overworld checks versus clearing progression dungeons. But Nephistoss is now on the Helmasaur flight as Thorneto enters pod. Yeah,
because at that point, Thorneto now has to hope that the Ice Rod is somewhere dumb, or that the Ice Rod is on Laser Bridge and Neff doesn't just go up to TR right now, which is an extremely defensible play. Like, to go up there and hope that the Ice Rod is in there. It was the right play last night in the Master Sword Finals. It wasn't the Ice Rod up there, but it was the flippers that needed to get to the Ice Rod. I think you go pod here now. Or rather, I think you go TR now and push this advantage, because if the Ice Rod is in there, you are home free.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but someone asking where silvers were just before Thorneto gets them. Yeah, right there.
Classic chat.
I love the timing. I was completing the ALTTPR daily yesterday, actually, and eventually it came to a point. That wasn't quite go mode, but you found up Turok being a pretty good play at one point. You get up there, you go through a pretty good chunk of it, find the hookshot in the crystal roller room, continue through the rest of Turtle Rock Altitude Laser Bridge, find nothing else in there, leave Turtle Rock, check out Hookshot Cave, and hey, there's your Ice Rod.
That is incredibly rude.
Yeah.
Neff is making the play up to Turtle Rock. Presumably, he will check Hookshot Cave before going in there in the hopes that the Ice Rod is in there. It's not, but you gotta check it. And so,
oh yeah,
I like the aggressive play by Neff here.
Same. I genuinely don't remember there being anything of note really in Hookshot Cave, so
it was just that bottle. So there isn't anything in there, I think. So
really,
or something in there, yeah.
I might have misread wrote it down wrong, but
a shovel in Hookshot Cave.
Shovel is what it was, right? I, for some reason, written it as a bottle instead. We saw the fourth bottle in Thieves Town instead. Still nothing of worth. Yeah, TR is absolutely the play. You're missing just an Ice Rod. Ice Rod absolutely loves to be just sitting in Turtle Rock. Nephistoss, you did that check already. Oops.
Good old muscle memory.
And yeah, there's a shovel. See, I wrote it down wrong. My notes got a little mixed up. Now, Thorneto is playing through pod, is going to be getting his Cane of Samaria here shortly. And Nephistoss is the first of runners to Turtle Rock at an hour 15. Okay, for Thorneto. I'm going to head off to Helmasaur now. Turtle Rock is fire a lot round blocked, surprise surprise, with a compass in the first chest. That's an issue because they had fire rods super early.
Love that Cane of Burn a dash in this room.
Oh, yeah.
Right side desert is the map in the compass. We did see both items out of there.
Yep, I don't remember what those items were, but they were useless.
I might have done Pyramid Fairy before coming up here, but that's probably about it.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like, and really it's defensible. It's extremely defensible to go up here without doing it, so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if there's pretty good chance of Ice Rod being here, and even if it isn't, your opponent's probably gonna do the same, being just one item from Go mode. Thing is, if it's not here, then Nephistoss has quite a few choices to make for where to go for that Ice Rod. We have all of Ice Palace, we have all of Ice Palace, and then we have a number of overworld checks, and if they find the flute, then Meyer is a possibility as well.
Yeah, that's kind of the worst case scenario, I think, is if you find the flute here on Laser Bridge or elsewhere in Turtle Rock or in Mimic Cave or something like that. That just opens up a whole bunch of other stuff that you would prefer stay closed.
Yeah. Hey, they are hoping that flute's just sitting in GT somewhere and they never need to actually use it. It's nice to get around, but at this point, it just opens up a whole nother can of worms that you don't need to open. You don't want to open, I suppose. Green Pendant Ice Rod would be probably about the worst case scenario with this fight right now.
Classic Twitch chat.
We know Ped's dead, but Green Pendant Ice Rod would just be rude. And there's Thorneto's last 6th crystal at an hour 18. Nephistoss? Okay, I was like wondering why he skipped Mimic Cave there for a second. Yeah, Thorneto is going to check Pyramid Fairy here, it looks like, first, before heading up to TR. Now, let's see, Mimic Cave is 300 rupees.
Big fat meh.
Oh man, yeah, I'm not the most familiar with portal saving either, but yesterday with the whole hookshot and roller room, hookshot and hookshot cave thing, some of the runners were able to salvage their portals with a death warp, among other things. Others, sadly, were not able to do so. Proved to be a bit of a messy situation. We have to double dip TR. Yeah, that has done Spike Cave.
All right, here's another moment of truth here as Thorneto is headed into Pyramid Fairy and Neff is going to be at Laser Bridge here in just a moment. Will either of these checks turn up the Ice Rod? Will Neff's gamble of going up to TR pay off? Will Thorneto's pay off? There's Ether. That's not an Ice Rod.
No. That also makes it 100% possible to get into Meyer. Didn't mention earlier, but if Meyer had third, well, that's now more concerning than before. Hey, Laser Bridge, Red Rupee. E. Red Rupee. And some arrows. So Ice Rod is not French vanilla today.
Well, that's unfortunate. Thorneto turning in the mushroom. I forgot that we hadn't seen this.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen this yet from these runners.
No flute, so it makes it hard to come back here for. All right, we got ourselves an Ice Rod hunt.
All right, everyone. Where is this Ice Rod? As you see, just the bombs. Ice Palace would be fitting.
Neff is gonna save his portal here.
And Death Warp out using the Tektites. Little bit tricky in Red Mail, but thankfully wasn't too high on health anyway.
Oh no, rip.
No.
You hate to see it.
Okay, never mind.
Well, no, he's still committed to it.
Okay, no, it's still faster. He does not want to lose that portal unless he absolutely has to.
Yeah, Ice is the clear play here.
Yeah, Ice Palace has been in Logic for quite a while. Thorneto finding out the catfish is junk. And Nephistoss does finally take the Death Warp. Okay, safeguarding the Sanctuary. We'll see where he goes next, as Thorneto is, going to go check out Turtle Rock here.
Yeah, so at this point, Neff, I think, has a a clear lead here now that he's already been all the way through TR. Thorneto is headed up there right now. F's turning in this mushroom. Like Thorneto making the play here is, like making the Turtle Rock play is a good play for the same reasons that it was for Neff.
We just know definitely it doesn't work out.
Yeah, we just know that, and so Neff's got a full Turtle Rock clear now on Thorneto.
Yeah, we will also see if Thorneto is able to salvage a portal. It's not the easiest thing to do.
No, you gotta take a death on the overworld, and then save and continue.
Yeah, Neff did skip Tin King's Tomb. Gonna pick up some potions here. What's left? Ice Palace is the big location left that we haven't seen anything of from either runner. Nephistoss is currently doing a couple checks Thorneto did already. Yeah, it's Ice Palace. Yeah,
that's definitely where he's heading. He wanted potions first, turn to the mushroom. That's defensible. But ice is where we're looking for the ice rod. Ice Palace, we got to find the ice rod or the flute, one of the two. If it's the flute, then the ice rod probably going to be over in the mire area.
Yeah, we're running pretty low on checks otherwise. We've seen most of the overworld at this point from both runners. Yeah, Meyer, you can save the portal, but if it's Checkerboard Cave, well, save Checkerboard Cave for last, I suppose.
I guess doing it in this case, you'd end up losing your shield to the picket, because it's the only thing that can kill you outside of Ice Palace, that would let you save the portal.
Yeah. And hey, there's a fire shield. That's our first item in Ice Palace. I think Thornbrook actually just zoned out of the first chest, but there's a fire shield. Not much use. Nephistoss, both of these runners do have the King of Samaria though, so we'll just do Icebreaker and save a bunch of time here in Ice Palace. Be a little glitch that you'll see from Neff here in a moment. Or you use the Kingdom of Samaria to make use of the Door State extension glitch, so you can walk through walls.
Or at least this wall.
Yep. Very nicely done. First try from Nephistoss. And
there's
hey,
our
there's
ice rod. At 1
Let's
hour,
go.
25 minutes, 28 seconds, Nephistoss is in go mode and in the driver's seat in this seat. This go mode brought to you by the Go Mode Podcast.
And is now going to take a load of damage from the freezer.
Ah, there we go. Nicely done.
A lot easier than trying to get the death in the overworld.
Oh no, but this isn't gonna work.
No, he has to die in
You gotta die in the overworld.
Yeah, he's gonna realize this in a moment and take most of the damage from the freezers this time, and then go
and then do a bomb outside. Yeah.
Yep. Alright, okay, just down to a heart. Alright, this will be fine. And yeah, there it is. Alright.
And rip Neff's shield.
I don't think he cares that much at this point. Did those enemies actually take your shield?
Uh-huh.
Ah, none of that.
You can kill it to get it back, but shield's gone.
Yeah, and well, Nephistoss is gonna take the portal over the shield. Yes, Ice Rod was in Ice Palace, Grey Corvid. Icebreaker chest. There's the portal. Nephistoss successfully saved the portal. Very well done. It's not easy to figure this out. And is going to be clearing out Turtle Rock here in the next couple of minutes, and then we'll be off to Ganon's Tower.
Which means we're just a minute away or so from playing a game. Do you like games, Star?
Yeah, so everyone,
Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Think about it.
Oh, I love this game. We'll see. We'll tell you what it is here in a minute or two. Once Nephistoss takes down Trinex, shouldn't be too difficult. Has tempered sword and a couple of different safeties if he really needs it, and it has a couple of potions as well in case he runs low on magic.
As Mars says, they only like video games. Well, lucky for you, we put a different game in your video game so that you can game while you game. Dog.
There's both heads of Trinex down for Nephistoss. Taking some damage, but doesn't really care with red mail.
Item from Trinex is going to drop in the center. There it is. And now it's time to play the Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game. How about that?
Yep. So everyone, there are 22 checks in Ganon's Tower, 21 chests, and a torch. One of those has the Ganon's Tower boss key. Put your guesses in chat, but put in a number between 1 and 22.
But only once the bot starts.
This is going to have to be really fast, because we are going to close it as soon as the door opens for Nephistoss. Fastest GT guessing game ever. Usual. Whenever Turtle Rock's your last crystal, it's fast. Yeah, 22 checks. Which one is it? Put in a number between 1 and 22. For a person who gets it right, they'll win some internet points. My guess was 12. I see yours was 10.
Yep.
Let's see, our Restreamer, Dudecia, guessed 18. And our tracker, Walltalk, guessed 3, the torch. So we'll see are they right or is someone else right? I had to point out or just said a torch. So.
Number 1 is a small key. Number 2 is another small key, and Neff is going right.
Yep, time to see if the right side has it. It's gonna skip Power Room for all I hear. That's always the last check because it takes a while. And Thorneto in the meantime is out of Turtle Rock and is gonna go turn his shovel. We know there's really nothing of note that can be here. Yep, 10 arrows.
Oh, and Thorneto saves and quits. Not gonna be able to save that portal.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not really a good spot for him to save to death warp at that point at that location. Let's see. 3 is some arrows, 4 is some rupees, 5 is the big key.
So
and
5.
6.
5 your winner.
Yeah. So let's see who's the winner. Going to wait until the chat catches up.
Congrats
And
to
alright.
Senin.
Yes, and then you're winning the Big Key guessing game. Congratulations, guessing 5. And getting 15 points on the leaderboard.
Yep, you get 15 internet points. Internet points, the most important thing in the world.
To get a free lifetime supply of ALTTPR seeds, redeemable ALTTP, randomizer.com, I think it was. Not on the crew, what the heck. Lol.
Big Key guessing game is not rigged.
I was on comms for the daily yesterday, and both myself and my co-com guessed the exact same thing, and they both won.
How dare you?
That was funny. Yeah, Thorneto here will be getting his ice rod in a moment. technically correct is kind of correct, Mom.
So they say.
And this is the exception that proves the rigged rule. Wow.
Wasn't rigged last night either.
Mm-hmm. I mean, volunteers do have a tendency to win bets of all sorts.
That's because the volunteers end up watching and playing a lot of races.
Well, it matters what bets is in terms of actual item locations and whatnot. GT guessing game on it, man. It's just random. Yeah, the logic in this scene is kind of lousy. And I feel bad for anyone who doesn't know Icebreaker this seed, because that's a really annoying chest to get to. Thankfully, Kino Samaria was available in the pod big chest. Nephistoss getting controlled by the landmass here. Is pausing. Okay.
Was that a buffer? Maybe something happened. That was weird.
Yeah, because he has enough magic for the at least. Okay, there it goes. I was a little worried.
Yeah,
there.
was looking to save a potion here and save some magic for Kin Samaria.
Makes sense. Has enough for 1 or 2 blocks. It looks like. Yeah, he has enough for the Samaria for sure. And Thorneto is back in Turtle Rock. Unfortunately, is gonna now spend a couple of minutes going all the way back through TR. Everyone's favorite thing to do. Let's make these rooms again. Are so much quicker. Just charge straight through. Look at that! I can't jump on my desk or something. Well, I mean, it's entirely possible. Sound like you have first-hand experience in that? Yeah, well. Anyone that can't has first-hand experience.
All right, Neff is through the gauntlet, headed towards the date with Moldorm 2. See how that goes. Neff very, very close now to taking home the Tempered Sword Championship here with his performance in this seed. Very well done, I have to say.
Very well played from him, both matches actually, because I was the checker for the first one.
Yeah,
Well played from both players actually.
Yeah, the Cinderella story of Thorneto, the 14th and lowest seed in the Tempered Sword bracket, making it all the way to the finals. That is a remarkable achievement, I have to say. You don't see that in basketball very often, that's for sure. Anything can happen in Rando, but very much looks like his tournament's going to come to an end today. But
sadly,
well
we will
played.
not have a game 3. Well played, though. Truly, GG's to Thorneto for making it all the way to the finals here. And there is Aka 2 down for Nephistoss, just as Thorneto heads into the Trinex fight. Renato's not incredibly far behind. Without a Trinex fight and GT climb behind at the moment. But unfortunately I think it's going to be a bit too much to make up, unless Nephistoss has a serious problem with Ganon.
Or like in real life thing, you know, which happens. This is just a video game, you know.
It is.
But you know, I don't want to lie to chat here.
Yeah, we're hoping nothing of that sort happens. Nephistoss now on the Ganon fight as Thorneto picks up his 7th and final crystal at an hour and 37 minutes and will be heading to Ganon's tower shortly.
Neff, get in that upper corner. There you go. Okay. If Ganon's in this upper right-hand corner, you can stand in that corner and get a whole bunch of double spins in, makes phase 2 absolutely free. We better be careful here. Yeah, using that potion. He's got plenty.
Sure to pick up a bunch earlier. Yeah. Oh, Silver is my one true weakness. Thankfully, Nephistoss has had this for a little while now. First, just a pod. Neff unfortunately just missing the double, but does take Ganon down. And that will seal his victory here in the Tempered Sword bracket. Just has to cross the hardest 1x3 bridge to Hyrule.
Yeah, and GG's to Nephistoss, who is going to win this match, finish in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 6 seconds. Congratulations to Nephistoss for winning the Tempered Sword bracket.
GG's, and Thorneto has decided to forfeit, but well played as well. Wasn't too far behind. And we'll see if we can get these runners in for an interview.
While we're waiting for both of our runners to join us for an interview here, let me remind you of the action that we've got coming up here later tonight here on this channel, this very channel. We've got game 2 of the Gold Sword Bracket Finals, the main event. That is Scoopel versus Floyd. Floyd took game 1 in a close race. And game 2 tonight, open seat, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on twitch.tv/GoModePodcast.
As well, give our runners here a follow, Nephistoss, A Thorneto. Also, follow my co-com here, tylersalt, our tracker to Maltalk 13, and our restreamer, Jere Dudecia, helping out behind the scenes.
Throw star follow too. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, looks like both Neff and Thorneto are going to join us here. And here they are. GG's to Neff and Thorneto. Congratulations, Nephistoss, on winning the Tempered Sword bracket. How do you feel?
Yeah. Hello, GG's. To you both.
First, GG to Thorneto, because I really think I don't deserve this win. Honestly, I played poorly. But I got lucky, I think, on the ice road. I don't know. Because I panicked after finding the hookshot. I felt really behind on this. So yeah, I don't know how it was close. I don't see where is Thorneto at this moment.
Thorneto was in Cannon's Tower when you finished Nephistoss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it really ended up being an interesting thing because Neff had orphaned the hook shot in Hera Basement, and Thorneto had gotten it earlier, but also it took him a little while longer to make his way over to the Zora area for the flippers and that hammer, and sort of each of you kind of did that a decent bit away from the other in time, and it made it tough to figure out who was in the lead at that point. So GG's to Thorneto as well. How do you think this seed went?
Okay, I felt pretty good about the hook shot because I didn't expect them to find that. I kind of was making a crazy gamble there. But then the fact that I didn't find the ice rod for so long made me worried that maybe he had found the ice rod looking for the hook shot, and that might put me behind. So I wasn't feeling super confident a little ways in.
Yeah, both of you wound up climbing up the mountain, doing Turtle Rock, finding out that Ice Rod was not French vanilla, and heading back down the mountain and heading over to Ice Palace to find it in the Icebreaker chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the play to do this, because you can save the portal, so yeah, that's logic.
Yeah, nicely done to save the portal there, Nephistoss. It's not the easiest to do.
So now that we've reached the end of the mentor tournament for you two, I'd like to give each of you an opportunity to reflect on the experience. How was it a positive experience for you? You can shout outs to anybody that you would like. Nephistoss, we'll start with you.
Sorry, you speak a little too fast for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. We're at the end of the tournament. Are there any reflections or thoughts that you have on the tournament, or are there any shout outs that you'd like to make?
For me, that was a really good tournament, because I think all of players improved a lot, and I'm really happy to win this, because it was my objective, and I did a 4-2 on the Swiss round, and I lost one match by 12 seconds, so yeah, I was a little disappointed. So
Yeah.
I wanted to win for my mentor, sorry, Zanan and Goxla. And yeah, this tournament was really cool to do, and really, teaching. I don't know how you say that, but yeah, I improved a lot, and I'm really happy about that. Especially versus player like Thorneto, Lilifan, all of player I faced. It was a really good match, and yeah, I'm really happy about that. Thank you to all of the staff and all of player to do this. And yeah, that's maybe all for me.
And Thorneto, same question.
Same basic idea. Like a huge thank you to everyone who was involved in the restreams and the commentaries and all the mentors, especially Asder and Wimpy, which are mine. Yeah, GG Nephistoss. I learned a ton. Like this was definitely a really great idea. I'm glad the people who suggested it to me did so. I'm definitely come a long way since the beginning. I was pretty rough, so yeah. I don't know. Just it was a great time. It was really good format too, with the 6 weeks of Swiss and then brackets for everyone. It let everyone get in a lot of races, which is cool. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that's definitely my my favorite part about the tournament. I wish we had that last time around when I was a runner. It was a couple group stage matches and then you're out for me. So it was really great that we were able to get everybody so much more playing time here this year, and the level of improvement that we saw from basically every runner was really remarkable. It just goes to show you how supportive this community is. That people takes time out of their day to work with new players. So thanks to everybody for doing that, and thank you to both of you for putting on a couple great races here in the finals.
Thank you.
Very well played from you both.
I just have anything to say. I really think the idea of the Swiss round into bracket is really good. Really, you can keep this a long time, because I mean, at least you play 7 match, so it's really cool to improve with mentors. So yeah, I really think it was a good idea to play this tournament like that. Agreed.
All right. Well, with that, we are coming towards the end of our time here. So, Star, it was a pleasure working with you as usual.
Yeah, great to talk on with you, Tyler. Very good match to commentate. Well played from both runners. This is the end of the Tempered Sword bracket finals, with Nephistoss being our bracket winner here. And Thorneto taking second place. Well done, especially as the 14th seed. Come a long way.
Yeah, thanks to Dudecia for our restream and to Tumble Talk for pushing the buttons behind the scene. And don't forget, I got one more restreamed match here tonight. The main event, the Gold Sword Bracket Finals tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Game 2 between Scoopel and Floyd. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on this very Twitch channel. I'll be in chat. It'll be fun. Timp and Dante are calling it. I've heard of them. All right. Thanks, everybody, and have a good afternoon, morning, evening, night, wherever it is, whatever it is. I hope you're enjoying yourself. See you later.